You can't imagine how rapidly the demand for budget smartwatches is increasing. Just recently, the Indian smartwatch market experienced a 121% year-on-year growth, fueled primarily by budget offerings. To no one's surprise, this segment is dominated by players such as Boat, Noise, and Firebolt, which take up around 90% of the market share. And it's not like other brands haven't tried, but they don't have the same kind of appeal. Sometimes the features are not good enough, and at times the price is not too appealing. But that could change as some brands are finally refining their products. Take this new Redmi Watch 3 Active, for example, that I have been testing for a week now. It is the latest smartwatch from Xiaomi, which replaces the Watch 2 Lite in the budget segment. It brings some significant changes in design and feature list, and most importantly, it starts at a much lower asking price, making it a lot more appealing. Okay, let me start this review by talking about the design first. This time, Xiaomi has gone with a curved finish, which looks way better than last year's Watch 2 Lite's generic squared off look in my opinion. The build is still mostly plastic, but Xiaomi has added this shiny metal coating on the frame to give this a more premium look. Likewise, something that has changed for the better this year is the strap design. Xiaomi has finally switched to a universal strap design, giving you a lot more options to get yourself any aftermarket strap if you don't prefer the default one. Now, this does not mean that the default straps are bad or anything. It's soft, it's comfortable, and it has not caused any kind of irritation in my usage, but it's always good to have options, isn't it? On the durability side, the Watch 3 Active has a 5 ATM rating, so you don't have to worry about taking it to the pool or shower. There is even a clear mode that helps get residual out of the speaker and microphone with sound and vibration, so that is nice as well. Overall, I feel like Xiaomi has really improved its design this year. Even though this is a budget smartwatch, it does not feel cheap, it is well built and quite nice overall. The only thing I wish was better here, at least in terms of the looks, are these large bezels around the display. They are not evident when you use dark wallpapers, but anything lighter will definitely make it look a bit ugly. Talking about the display, it's a 1.83 inches AMOLED screen with a 60Hz refresh rate. This is definitely a good screen to look at and interact with, but I felt like it's not as good as Xiaomi paints it out to be. For instance, the colors here, in my opinion, are better than what we usually get on budget smartwatches, but I've had a hard time believing that it's a 16-bit display. It just does not have that kind of depth. And even though Xiaomi says it's a 60Hz panel, I've experienced the transitions between different cards to be a bit choppy. I don't know if this is because of an unoptimized refresh rate or heavy animations, but a little sluggishness here and there is definitely noticeable. However, this does not happen while going through menu items, so I'm guessing this is something that can be fixed with an update or two. I actually would not have complained about this, but a few months back I used the Xiaomi Band 8 II, which also has a 60Hz refresh rate, and that one works buttery smooth. And talking about one of the other things which this watch lacks in comparison to the Xiaomi Band 8 is automatic brightness adjustment. The Watch 3 Active is bright enough for both indoor and outdoor usage, but I'm not a big fan of adjusting the brightness levels time and again, especially before going to bed. If not for auto brightness adjustment, I think Xiaomi could have given a handy sidebar to adjust the brightness levels more conveniently. Other than that, I am quite happy about the software side of things on the Redmi Watch 3 Active. It's actually quite impressive what Xiaomi has done with the UI here. Obviously, you're not getting Google's Wear OS or Zepp OS in this price range, but the customization options on this in-house solution are the best I have seen in this price range. To start with, it replaces traditional cards with customizable widget screens. You can stack 3 or 4 widgets on a screen at your convenience. You can also click on these widgets for a full screen view with detailed charts and settings, which is a nice touch. Interestingly, the watch can even detect when you remove it, locking itself with a pin for privacy. Oh, and this watch supports Bluetooth calling as well. You can receive calls directly from here. You can adjust the volume, mute, and end the call too. The speaker volume and the microphone quality are adequate for indoors and even peaceful outdoor conditions, but you will have to resort to your phone when in busy environments. Xiaomi allows up to 10 favorite contacts for quick access. For the rest, you will have to dial the numbers manually to make a call. You can also get an emergency contact that you can dial just by tapping the power button on the right thrice. However, unlike calls, other notifications are not actionable, and this watch does not support emojis too. You can access the notifications by swiping down from the home screen, where they are grouped based on the app to reduce clutter. Okay, now let's talk about fitness tracking. From continuous heart rate to SpO2 monitoring, it has all the tracking you would expect from a budget fitness tracker. You can even turn on SpO2 monitoring for sleep, which not many smartwatches offer in this price range. But this option is not enabled by default, so you have to turn it on from the settings. It's same for REM sleep tracking, which comes disabled by default. The watch also has 100 plus sports modes, out of which 10 are professional modes. There is no built-in GPS, but it can access the one on your smartphone without much hassle. You can even set goals and turn on automatic pause before you begin here. In my use, I did find the watch over-tracking my steps, and the sedimentary reminder does not work as intended. But other than that, I found all the other records to be pretty much accurate, or let's say acceptable. All the daily records are available on the watch itself, but you will have to check your phone for weekly and monthly reports. Lastly, the battery here lasts up to a week with all the tracking and features enabled. You can get some more juice if you turn off some features, but if you're like me who likes to make the most out of the watch, 7 days is the maximum that you can go without recharging. The charging process is quick though, going from 0 to 20% in 10 minutes and the rest in over an hour. To conclude, I really love what Xiaomi has done with the Redmi Watch 3 Active. The 60Hz display is a little deceiving, but bar that, the watch performs in every single aspect. The design is great, the widget screen feels refreshing, and the Bluetooth calling is actually usable. You can even use it as a fitness tracker. So if you're looking for a smartwatch with all these features on a tight budget, the Redmi Watch 3 Active is the way to go. So everybody, this was my review of the Redmi Watch 3 Active. I will be coming up with more budget smartwatch videos pretty soon, so do support us by hitting the like button and subscribing to our channel. By the way, this unit was sent to us by Redmi India, but no editorial input from them has been incorporated here whatsoever. Saying this, thanks so much for watching. I'll be back soon.